Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the next big Halo Infinite update that's just about to drop. So, this update comes with quite a lot of stuff. Some really cool stuff too. So, let's get right into it and take a look at what we have to look forward to very, very soon. So, let's take a look at some of the cosmetic stuff first. The big thing about this is it's almost Halo 2's anniversary again, and this is a very major one. It is Halo 2's 20th anniversary, and with this update, they are bringing the Halo 2 Mark 6 armor kit for the Mark 7 core in Halo Infinite. And as you can see, it looks pretty nice. In fact, it reminds me a lot of the Halo 2 anniversary Master Chief from the Blur cutscenes. So that will be in this update. There will also be a new operation called Great Journey, which seems to feature elite armor for Spartans. Of course, it would be great if we got playable elites one day, but alas, that's probably the best we'll get. Next up, we have a new weapon that's been added, and there's been a lot of buzz about this, and this weapon is the MA5K. Now, I know people have been talking a lot about this weapon. There's been a lot of debates about it and stuff like that. I will cover this in my next video, but for this video, I'll just be showing a little bit of gameplay of it in a little bit. But speaking of gameplay, this update comes with two new game modes, well, rather two playlists. The first one is called Delta Arena, and that is a classic gameplay playlist. And by classic Halo gameplay, well, I'll explain in a little bit, but it is basically what it sounds like. The other one is third-person firefight, which also is exactly what it sounds like. And they both come with quite a lot of pretty cool maps. Now, going back to the third-person feature, that is not just a playlist, it's also a mode that you can use in custom games. So you could do your own third-person, whatever game type you want to do. And it's actually pretty cool. But let's get to the classic gameplay first, because I know there's definitely still a lot of classic Halo fans out there that will probably actually like this. So here it is, a one match of classic gameplay in Halo Infinite. So how this mode works is there is no sprint, no clamber, no equipment, and jump height has been increased by a little bit. I believe it's 125% jump height. So that is basically the core basic settings of this classic game mode, which is the Delta Arena playlist, or it's something that you could also play in custom games if you prefer. So this game mode, I must say, like, playing it in Halo Infinite, like, my favorite Halo game is Halo 3, so I definitely love the classic Halo games about as much as anybody. But playing that on Infinite, it was actually kind of odd at first, because I just instinctively wanted to, like, sprint and clamber and all that. So it took me a little bit to get used to, like, not being able to do that on Halo Infinite. That being said, it was actually pretty fun. Like, I really enjoyed the Delta Arena playlist and all the classic game modes that come with it. And the maps they included too are all pretty nostalgic too. But for the actual gameplay itself, I would say, like, it does do a really good job of recreating that classic gameplay, that classic Halo gameplay feel, with a bit of a modern twist to it. But overall, like, I think it will satisfy a lot of classic Halo players, and it would definitely take a little bit of getting used to as well, especially if you're very much used to Halo Infinite's, regular controls. Now, the next feature was the third-person feature, and to showcase it, 343, or rather Halo Studios, is bringing a third-person firefight playlist to matchmaking, and this is it. So this is also another very interesting experience in Halo Infinite. Like, it reminds me a lot of, I'm not really sure how to quite describe it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Gears of War, like, as far as how the third-person camera works. As far as, like, equipment and stuff, and, like, weapons, you can still scope in with some weapons, like the sniper rifle. When you scope in, it actually goes to, like, its full scope. But some weapons, like the AR, or, like, weapons that don't actually have scopes, those, it kind of just, like, zooms in on the shoulder. kind of like in Gears of War when you zoom in a little bit. So that's why it reminds me of that a lot. I mean, otherwise the gameplay is the same, but playing it in third person, it is definitely very odd. And we also tried some PvP matches in third person, and those are pretty interesting too, because you can actually like peek around corners with the third person camera. So it is a it is a very interesting way to play Halo Infinite, and I definitely found it to be very enjoyable. I mean, it actually changes like quite a bit, surprisingly. And sometimes, especially like with melee weapons, like up close, I do find it a little bit like trickier to melee sometimes, because it just the perspective is a little bit weird at times. But it does actually change the gameplay quite a bit, and in some cases, I think it's for the better. It's definitely very fun. I'm not saying that Halo needs to be like a completely third-person series, but it's a pretty fun option to have in custom games and as a playlist and matchmaking. But anyways, yeah, those are all the major new features that are coming in this next update for Halo Infinite. So hopefully you guys also found it to be pretty enjoyable as well. And if you did enjoy this video too, make sure to leave a like. Aside from that, let me know your thoughts in the comments about this update. What do you think about it? Do you think it's one of the biggest updates in a while? But aside from that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys!